Self-sabotage, the number one killer of massive success. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Johnson. I'm a board-certified chiropractic neurologist. Been in private practice in Appleton, Wisconsin since 1983. And I've been consulting with doctors since 2006, and I see these patterns. There are 4 major patterns with self-sabotage. Doctors will get a little bit of success, and they'll self-sabotage and destruct, self-destruct. And these are the reasons why. Number 1, you don't prioritize. Doctors fail to prioritize. There's a list of things I have to get done every day, folks, but they're in priority. The most important, first 5, I know I'm going to get those done every day. And I usually have about 20 things. And so what happens is I put them on the notes in my phone. Whoops, there's my phone. Got it plugged in. And then I transfer it over to a list on my computer back here when I get to the office. Now, I'm basically out of the practice. We have a new patient advocate. She does the consultations. The nurse practitioner does the exam. The RN does the injections. My staff puts people on and off Sanexas machines. But I still like to come to my office to focus on getting work done. Because self-destruction number 2 is you're distracted. So when I'm home, I can be easily distracted. When I'm here at the office, I can shut that door and nobody's going to bother me. You know, there's a technique called the Pomodoro technique. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But it was a gentleman, he got distracted when he was writing his thesis, his PhD thesis, and he couldn't write longer than a few minutes. And finally, his mom had this timer in her kitchen. And she was Italian, and Italian tomato is Pomodoro. So he would set that timer at first for like 20 minutes. And he would just focus on that thesis for 20 minutes. And then it was 25, and then 30 minutes, and eventually an hour. He would go a whole hour just focused, and he completed it. So that's what I suggest you start doing, is close your office door, nobody interrupts you for at least 20 minutes, and you get on task. Because self-sabotage is the number one killer of massive success. And these are the 4 keys that I've found over the years that doctors really fall into these patterns. So number 1, they fail to prioritize. Number 2, they're easily distracted. It's like squirrel, you know, that type of thing. Number 3, and this is a big one, is victimization. You play the victim. You know, I would be successful if it weren't, you know, my dad spanked me. Somebody did something bad to me. Somebody called me a name. Look, man, people have called me names. People have said bad things about me. People have done bad things to me. Who cares? I don't give a crap. That's behind you. You know, that doesn't make you who you are. So what? You know, there's an old saying, and I love this saying. It's a Chinese saying. It's fall down 7 times, get up 8. I mean, just get up, brush yourself on, move forward. Man, I've always said this. I can do business with people I don't like. I mean, there are some patients I don't like. They're just not very nice people. I've still treated them as a doctor. There are some doctors I don't like. They've said some bad things about me. They've done bad things to me. So what? I can still do business with them. Holy moly. Oh my God. Some of you just play the victim to the hilt. Stop it. Just stop it. Because you're sabotaging your success. So again, number 1, prioritization. Number 2, distractions. Number 3, stop playing the victim. And number 4, this is probably the most important, determination. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes, legally, morally, and ethically, but willing to do whatever it takes to become successful. I mean, that's my attitude. getting into Sanexas. It's like, look, this is going to be successful no matter what. And I don't care if I got staff pissing and moaning and whining. I don't care. I'll get new staff. All right? I'm that serious. Let me give you an example. November 1995, at that time I had 3 staff. I was in a chiropractic office over here. We were very successful. And my staff just weren't working. I mean, they were just putzing. And I said, look, here's what you got to do. I want you to write down every 15 minutes what you're doing. And they said, no, we're not doing it. And if you make us do it, we're quitting. And I said, well, you are going to do it. And when we left Friday, because we worked Fridays back then, I said, look, if you're not willing to make this change and do what I tell you to do, I'm going to fire you, and I'll just get 3 new staff. I actually had 4 staff at the time. The one person said, I'll do it. And Monday morning comes, it's 8 o'clock, 7:45, we start seeing patients at 8. They come walking in, they all have their jackets on. They go, well, you're going to make us do this? I said, yep. They said, we're leaving. I said, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And I have not regretted that decision to this very day. And I will do the same, and my staff knows that I will do the same, if I feel they are holding this office or our clinic back in any way, shape, or form when we're switching over to Sanexas. Now, Grant, it's there are some changes. We haven't done insurance for 30 years. We use paper. Now we're switching to electronic medical records. There are changes that are in the mix. Things are in flux. But just my attitude is just don't jump in the deep end of the pool and start swimming. And you either sink or swim, and you don't have a choice, so you got to swim. But you have to be determined to be successful. And so those are the 4 things that I see with doctors that create this self-sabotage, and it kills their success. Either they never achieve the success they want, or they do achieve a level of success, and then it comes crashing down because of one of these 4 or all 4 of them. And I'll repeat them one last time. Prioritization. You got to prioritize things you need to get done. And you can't be distracted. So no distractions. That's number 2. The Pomodoro technique. Number 3, stop playing the victim. All right, so what if someone said a bad thing about you? Get over it. Put it in the past and move forward. And then finally, determination. Look, the past doesn't equal the future. Just because you fell down and you weren't successful in the past doesn't mean you can't be successful in the future. I mean, I had a doctor say one time, you're successful at everything you do. I am. But, sometimes it takes a while. I'll give you another good example. Stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy didn't take off for us right away. I had to keep my nose to the grindstone. And all of a sudden it exploded. And last year I had my best year ever in practice. And we were getting people from all over the country. And then Google comes in last July and just shuts down my YouTube channel. That's where we were getting all of our patients. I was kind of shell-shocked at first. But, you find another way. So in September, I found out, or no, maybe it was August, September, that Google is not going to allow stem cell advertising as of October 1st. Well, that's why they shut down my channel. Because it was all stem cell and I was just beating up Big Pharma. Stuff happens. Just find a way around it. Go over it, go around it, go under it, find a way. Don't sit there and piss and moan about it, like a lot of doctors. I mean, I'll talk to some doctors on the phone. They're still pissing and moaning about things that happened 15, 20 years ago. Let it go. I mean, I can tell you stories. How many stories do you want? I declared bankruptcy. I'm not proud of that, but I had a business partner and best friend who embezzled $1 million from me from 2001 to 2004. I had to declare bankruptcy February 14th, 2006. So what? It's done. It's in the past. If anything, that has made me stronger, and it has allowed me to help other doctors traverse through their own bankruptcies and tell them, look, you're not going to lose everything. You got to pay this, don't pay that, and I know what to do. So it helped me better to help others. So, got questions? Shoot me an email, drj@ohstemcell.info, drj@ohstemcell.info. My cell number, if you want to talk, that's fine. I'll help you. 920-740-3519. That's 920-740-3519.